Thanks to Wendigo Tea for their support. They're keeping each episode steeped in mystery and value. WendigoTea.com.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sachs in the Morning. Steve Sachs.
Hi, Steve Sachs here with Sachs in the Morning, and today is Wednesday, the 29th of March, and opening day is tomorrow. What a great time to talk about and finish up this week about baseball. Monday, we talked about the American League. Yesterday, we talked about the National League, and today, we're going to talk about the World Series predictions. But first of all, today, I'm having some of Wendigo Tea's green tea, and it's outstanding. This is some of the best tea that you can find because let me tell you, I've talked to the founder of Wendigo. His name is Sky White. And when he was traveling all over the world in his band Foxy Shazam, he said that a good cup of green tea was one of the few indulgences that he allowed himself to have even when he was dirt poor. So trust me, now that Sky has his own tea company, he only sells the very best of green tea. So to try some of this green tea, go to wendigotea.com and put in the promo code of SAX, S-A-X, at purchase and save 15% at checkout. Or you can find the link at saxinthemorning.com. So looking at this breakdown for the World Series that's coming up for this year in 2023, it's going to be fantastic. So many good teams. I got to tell you, in the American League, I'm picking the New York Yankees to be in the World Series. A lot of pushback. People are going to say, what about the Houston Astros? Yeah, I get it. But I think the fact that you're going to miss Jose Altuve for a good part of the first part of the season, I think that's going to hurt the Astros quite a bit. In the National League, I'm going with the San Diego Padres. Yeah, hey, look, the Dodgers are going to be great. The New York Mets are going to be great still, but I think being without Edwin Diaz is really going to hurt that team. And I know the Atlanta Braves are a fantastic club, but this is San Diego's time. So over in the American League, let's look at what the Yankees got rolling for them. Their odds of winning the World Series have gone up considerably since they signed Carlos Rodon to that 6-year, $162 million contract. Put him together with Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, and Luis Severino. They all had incredible seasons in 2022. So adding Rodon to this roster makes this team even better. Now, this acquisition came just a week before the Yankees re-signed Aaron Judge, 9 years, $360 million. You think that's not a lot of donuts? Boy, that is a huge contract. During the 2022 regular season, he hit .311. This guy is not just a power hitter. He's a really good technical hitter as well. His OPS was way over 1,000, 62 home runs, which is an AL record for the most in a single season. The Yankees had a very strong start to the season in 2022, but that was followed by a slump in the second half. But they were far enough ahead in the AL East to advance to the playoffs, but they got knocked out by the ALCS eventual winner, which was the Houston Astros. It's now been 13 years since the Yankees won an AL pennant, and man, this team is thirsty for some more victories in postseason. And if the recent signings are anything to go by, this team is ready to end that drought. Look for the Yankees to be there. Now, as far as the Padres go, they went out and signed free agent Xander Bogaerts, 11 years, $280 million. Immediately, they upgraded this offense. You pair Bogaerts with Manny Machado, outfielder Juan Soto, and outfielder also Fernando Tatis Jr. That signals that the Padres are not only going to be all in it for this year, but they're planning to stick around as a contender for a lot of years to come. Now, Fernando Tatis Jr., the cheater, as I call him, he's suspended until mid-April, but the offense is going to be more than able to produce big numbers until his return. The Padres added some tremendous depth pieces as well, which might have been missing following the Bogaerts addition. Veteran DH Nelson Cruz, they added him for a one-year deal. Michael Wacha is going to join a rotation that already features Yu Darvish, Joe Musgrove, and Seth Lugo, as well as Blake Snell. So when you wrap all this thing up, who do I think is going to win it? I'm telling you, I'm going for the New York Yankees this year. I think the Yankees are going to win the World Series. And, you know, we can't end the program today without talking about the changes in baseball, and there's been a number of them. The pitching clock rule, you know, you got to be able to hit in 15 seconds or, 20 seconds if somebody's on base. Bigger bases. Boy, we don't want anybody to get hurt anymore, so we got to have bigger bases for these guys. They look like pizza boxes out there. And also the shift. No shift rule. Really? That's no shift? Okay. So there's not going to be any shift this year. And a lot of people talking about, wow, averages are going to skyrocket. No, they're not. I don't think they're going to skyrocket at all because I think players are still going to hunt the bottom of the baseball. They're still going to strike out 200 times in some cases, and players are still going to be able to move over, just not quite as much, and they're not going to be able to go out in the outfield. But I don't think the averages are going to change much as far as the shift being gone. That's not the issue. The issue is the approach to hitting the baseball. Here's my prediction. I think averages are going to stay roughly the same, or they're going to go down in general. Now, for some big pull-hitting left-handed hitters, you could see 5 to 10 points go up in some guys. But all over, the league, averages are not going up, my friend. They're probably going to stay the same or go down. And also maybe the ugliest rule change of all, the softball rule, the wimp rule, when you put a guy on second base in the 10th inning because you got to speed up the game. Why are we trying to speed up this game so much? I thought people go out to the ballpark because they want a little bit of an escape. Oh, no, you can't be out here too long. Got to get out of here. It's it's not good to be at the ballpark that long. I don't understand this rule. But you know what? When it comes down to it, we're talking about change. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. We don't like the changes. Most we don't like because it's different. It's not maybe the way we think. But just remember that sometimes when changes happen, you've got to just embrace it because it is what it is. And it's kind of like the grown-up way of thinking. Maybe some of these changes I will embrace. But for the time being, I don't like changes in baseball. But that doesn't mean there's something that won't come out that's good about it. And that is my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that the Sax in the Morning swag is now available on my Instagram site. Go to Sax in the Morning _podcast. You'll see it right there on the Instagram, and just hit the link. Everything's there, mugs, hats, tumblers, you name it. Take advantage of it.